Did you really put that app on your phone?
I took a scan of the screenshot.
Yeah.
So that way I can make my own app.
Oh, wow. All to punk your father-in-law. That's terrible.
Karma. It's going to come back at you.
Mm-hmm.
Come back to bite you in the butt.
I don't want to have anything to do with that when that lightning strikes.
I know, right? I don't want to be anywhere near.
Nope. Wendy, I think the whole house is going down in flames. You better watch out.
Right?
And you just think it's so funny.
I do. I really do.
Just wait. Someday you're going to be on the wrong side of that lightning strike.
Yep. All we're going to be doing is standing there at John's funeral and be like, oh, yep, I'm not surprised.
On that note, we are live.
We are live.
We're live? Woohoo!
We've been live for 2 minutes now.
And 26 seconds.
All right, you guys ready? Let's do this. Warning. The views in this program are based on the opinions of hosts and guests. We are four friends who like to sit around and talk about a variety of topics. This show may be political in nature and may appear one-sided if no one of opposition joins in on the conversation. We try to find common ground on sometimes sensitive topics. So grab a beverage of your choice and let's have a conversation.
Why don't you go home and cry to your granny? Dolph, tie up the brat. Lisa, hold the book. Vincent, get the truck. And Keith, darn it, change your name, please. That's not scary, and I'm embarrassed to say it. Boris, try that. Keith, you know? Oh, watch out for Keith.
Boris. That's
Boris.
That works better. I'm embarrassed to say it.
Did you see her little move she was doing?
Watch out for Keith.
Do we need to take it off? Do we need to let it rest?
No.
No?
I kind of like it. It's become a part of us.
What else would we do if we don't have it?
I don't know. The show can't go on.
Because Keith isn't scary.
I'm not scary, exactly. All right. Welcome, everybody. Coffee Table Chronicles. It is Friday, February. What is
February?
February
18th.
18th.
God, I can't see. Jesus Christmas.
I know. February's almost over. Can you believe that?
Are you okay?
I'm shocked.
That you're blind or that it's the 18th?
Shocked face.
Right? That is the 18th.
Oh, okay.
Not that I'm blind. We all know I'm blind.
We know you're blind. So what happens next week?
Tell us. What happens next week?
What happens next week?
Really?
What?
Next week is going to be so busy for us. You don't remember?
Oh, not us moving into a new home, but
Where are your parents going?
into a new home.
They get their keys next Monday.
Oh,
We do
yeah.
our final walk we do our walk on Monday and then our final walk next Monday, the 28th, and we get the keys.
Excellent.
I know.
Shouldn't word it that way.
A long
Shouldn't say into a new home because that doesn't sound good.
Into a new home, why not?
Like they're going into a
Oh.
retirement home. They're going into the home next week.
It is the last home. So yes, I guess so. That is their retirement home. They're just not a retirement home.
Yeah, not in a retirement community or nursing home, for that matter.
No,
Trying
just
to
a
get
home.
like
A brand new home for them. Literally a brand new home.
Brand spanking new.
Brand spanking new. That would make me nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
Like
Like your
your car. You don't want to get a scratch on it.
Yeah. Like I don't want to be the first one to take a shit in there.
Wow, glad we bought another home because I was tearing into the wall the second day we were in here.
Oh, I would have been so mad. Like literally a brand new home and you're going to take a Sawzall to it. 2 days after you get keys, I would have so been upset.
Hey, we
Right.
got this awesome studio because of it.
Had nothing to do with the hole in the wall.
Absolutely did.
Not even close.
So, little housekeeping stuff. Christine and Kathleen and Angela. Actually, is it Kathleen that's got the older children, adult children?
Kathleen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if you
Yes,
count
she
if
would.
you count my 2 older brothers, yes.
There's one of
Oh,
them.
not Kathleen.
Angela?
Yeah, not that time.
Angela's the one with the herd of children and the
quiz of
terrorist
week
at
is gonna
home.
be interesting.
Ah. You said it was going to be fun, so.
What?
He said it was going to be fun. And
What's
they
fun?
And they froze. You guys froze.
I'm all, what's fun?
The quiz of the week.
We're going to do a quiz?
Yeah, so we're doing a quiz.
How are we going to do a quiz when they're frozen?
Well, they'll come back. Hopefully.
Hold on. I pick A and B.
You
Did
can't-
I win?
You can't pick now. That's not right.
Oh.
Yeah, Angela says I have all ages.
She's got a little bit of everything. Terrorists are good at all ages. I can't believe you wanted to bring her home. Like you think
All right,
that
we're
thing
back.
would not just tear up the house.
There you go.
There she is.
You guys are back. That was really weird.
We've got a fun. It must be Angela's kids turning off the internet or something.
It is. They're awful. I wouldn't surprise it. Would not surprise me.
They're all on, so it's bogging down the internet. That's what it is.
Right? All those little children's. And they're all on individual ones too, which is never good.
Oof.
And actually, Kathleen, you can't watch the quiz of the week
Why?
because it's a little bit on the racy side.
Come on,
Kathleen
she's the one
can't.
that likes the bouncing boobies from the
Right?
But it's
video.
Black History Month. You can't seriously do crazy crap like that.
Yes, can. I don't know what I was thinking of earlier today, the quiz of the week, and I was researching different topics, and this one came up, and I was like, oh, and it scrapped. I was halfway done with the quiz of the week, and I had to scrap the whole thing and start over.
Wow. All right.
It'll be fun.
All right, well, let's get going then.
Let's get going.
Do it.
No,
All right,
we
let's-
didn't send you
Do some
any,
memes.
we did not send you any memes, so
I did. Don't worry.
We got a few. We don't have a lot tonight, but we have a few.
I got some funny
they're,
ones.
They're pretty good. So we'll start out with this one. What form do I have to fill out again? Give my taxes back. All the equipment we left in Afghanistan. I like that, right? So true. This is kind of
Is that the
just-
10?
just a fun one.
That is funny. I like that.
yes.
Just tear off
perfect.
and toss away.
That's
You
a-
just don't want a blustery night.
That's a great idea.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's why the toilet paper
And
roll should go
then-
the other way,
When there's a toilet paper shortage, you just have blinds that are open. It's okay.
right?
Totally fine.
There you
Yeah.
go. I saw this one the other day you posted.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw this one.
It's so true, though. I
It
mean,
is true.
It is true.
Mm-hmm.
This was funny.
Nah, that was my Friday. That's how I felt all day today.
Oh man. Hate to see you plug it
hey,
in.
you
and try
know,
to
if you
type.
get hungry, at least you have a waffle.
You
maker
can make
right there.
snacks.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Ever
You
see
could be
that
like,
one
hold
where
on,
it
I'm just
says-
recharging.
You ever see that other meme that shows, oh, I came in so drunk last night, my alarm didn't go off, but my phone still said, and it shows the calculator, and it says 630.
That's funny.
That's great.
That's funny.
That's rough life right there. That's
Right.
hard.
I s-
Man,
I saw this one today.
probably a homeless dude.
Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise
He gave
me
up
in the
his
least.
roof to make that sign.
Right.
That's
No.
called sacrifice.
I like this one too. It's white. It's a house. At this point, what difference does it make?
Exactly. Amen to that. At this point, what difference does it make?
Right.
Yep. She's still going to lie and cheat in either White House.
She's such a hooker. This was funny.
So Watergate, when Nixon bugged a hotel room, was a huge deal. But Hillary bugging the White House and Trump Tower isn't newsworthy.
Not at all.
There's a lot of things that don't seem to be newsworthy.
Yep.
Nope.
That's true.
It looks like we got some new people watching.
Who we got? Let's see.
Isaiah's
Oh, there's
on.
the rest of the children. That's just children.
Oh, that's the children.
That's just children. Hey, DJ and my purple.
But like you said, they're on individually.
They're all on individually. Those are my kids. I
It
love my
counts, it
kids.
counts as views.
I know. I love my children's.
That's freaking awesome.
Where's my Joshy? He's the
He's
only
trying to
one
log
out.
in.
Yeah.
Not enough bandwidth.
You're right.
He's right. There's not enough internet. It's not working. Too many people are on.
All right, let's do some news of the week.
All right, you go ahead and start. Or am I starting?
But you can start.
All right. News of the week. I saw this and I thought this was just perfect. Who's the newbie? She spied on a sitting president.
Yep.
So obviously, as
Impressive.
everybody heard, Hillary and her campaign back in 2016 was spying on Trump before he became president and after he became president and spying on the actual Oval Office. So that's we'll see where this comes out. The convoys. Who saw that they actually started arresting the truckers and hauling the trucks away today?
I saw that. That was in Canada, right? Or are they doing it in the
That was
U.S.?
Canada.
That is so wrong. I mean, you had riots happening last year and really not much was being done. But then for something like this, where it's very peaceful, they haven't caused any damage or anything. The government won't even talk to them. And yet they're going to haul them off and arrest them. They've frozen their accounts. What else have they done?
Well, they went and took not to the actual
Revoke
truckers.
their licenses or their...
Well, we heard that they revoked their licenses, but then, so a side
How
note,
can they do that, though, if they don't have any traffic issues?
I don't know.
Good question.
Granted,
Welcome to
yeah,
Canada.
But what doesn't make any sense is they said that the convoy was actually working because they started lifting mandates.
Sure they did, because they had no other choice.
So, but now wait, so we're lifting mandates because of it, unless it wasn't because of it. But now we're arresting people. I don't get that. That doesn't make sense.
Well, there was the mayor of Ottawa who was trying to deal with them and was having meetings with the truckers versus Trudeau. who
Candace is
didn't
on. Hey,
want-
Candace. Sorry.
so
Candace is
Trudeau
on.
didn't want to talk to him at all.
Right.
So,
Well, Trudeau hasn't talked to anybody yet, has he?
No, he ran off.
he ran off. Yeah, that's
What a
true.
girl.
So that being said, he, they started arresting everybody. And then on a side note, and I forgot to put this into the news because I saw this. So they were using that Give, Send, Go instead of GoFundMe.
Right.
And I guess they got hacked earlier in the week, and they took and published all the names of people that contributed to the trucker convoy, and now they're being harassed.
Yeah.
That's just so
No, I feel
wrong.
bad that we didn't contribute. I
We'll
kind of
wait
want to
and
be
see what happens
harassed.
there, but those are, that was actually like Canadian and U.S. federal laws that were violated there. So we'll see if anything actually happens of it.
I doubt it.
Well, the convoy here is supposed to start in March, right?
So this is the People's Convoy. It's supposed to start. No, actually, it's supposed to start next Tuesday.
The 222.
Oh, okay.
So the peoplesconvoy.org.
Okay.
So it starts
Should we
next
donate
Tuesday.
now?
You can donate on there if you go onto their page. Jumping to sports, Super Bowl had 101.1 million TV viewers, up from 2021. If you didn't see, San Franciscans love their children even more than politics, so they recalled those 3 school board members because they were more concerned about changing names of schools than actually like trying to deal with being, in debt and school issues. And then you saw that police officer Kim Potter was sentenced to 2 years in prison today for the shooting of Dante Wright. I mean, it's unfortunate, but she did actually kill the guy. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yep.
Because she was the one that she thought she had a taser.
she thought she had a taser, and so You know, she even yelled, "Taser, taser, taser," and all the officers backed away. But unfortunately, she had her gun on her.
It was not a taser.
It was not a taser. Under the economy, saw an article that says, "Here comes $7 a gallon gas."
I saw that this morning. That just angers me.
Yeah, we're getting to $100 a barrel oil right now, and they're saying that it could be $150 by summer.
Yep. So how do we get that pipeline back open? Just saying.
You have to have a president.
How do we go from being independent?
But if it's private, how do we?
There were
what do we do?
leases that were allowed. So leases were signed to be able to allow them to build it. Okay. So they canceled all the leases. So then now
they didn't tear it down. It's physically still there, right?
Right, but they actually started. I mean, they didn't dismantle anything, but the company finally that had the lease let all the workers go, sold off what they could. They realized nothing's changing for the next 2 to 4 years.
Right.
Yeah, but how do we change that?
How do we become independent again instead of dependent on others for energy?
Well, our government.
Amen, Candace. Back to pedaling your bicycle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, who saw that the current Surgeon General, just revealed that he's got COVID?
I saw that.
I thought he had COVID before, didn't he?
An hour or two ago.
Isn't this his second time?
But
his whole family has it. So he had, I think, like a 3 or 4 year old daughter that got it first, and then him, his wife, and another son has it now.
He should have gotten boosted.
He was.
Should have been boosted again.
Down under police, I have in here that Ottawa is arresting dozens of the protesters and started towing rigs today. BLM, so Wendy used to work for some nonprofits. BLM actually is doing some funny business with their they changed their financial year from calendar. They shifted it 6 months, so that way they don't have to report till May.
Because they changed their fiscal year?
They changed their fiscal year.
Yeah.
And so some people are saying that, especially for a nonprofit, they have never seen this type of shadiness ever.
It's because they're trying to come up with what they're going to do.
Wait.
They figure that they're missing somewhere. The estimates are that they're missing somewhere in the $20 to $30 million out of all the money they collected.
Here's my shocked face.
So did you see that the odd thing about the family suing to not release the public records about Bob Saget's death?
Yeah, that doesn't look shady at all.
Right? Yeah.
The family's suing to not release it?
Yeah.
Yes, keep it.
They shouldn't have to release it.
You wouldn't think so.
Well, the coroner's report. They're talking about the coroner's report along with the investigation, including pictures and such. So have you heard
personal records? Well, the police stuff would be public, but his actual medical records are all private.
But they've been saying.
Have you heard about what they have discovered about the death?
No.
Well, they say he took a blow to the head, but at first they said it was accidental, and then
the blow to the head is consistent with falling. What did they say?
6 feet, wasn't it?
No, actually,
no, it was more.
It was more than that. It was something like falling 20 feet
Ooh.
And landing on your head, something else, or a baseball bat to the head.
But
he had skull fractures.
In his hotel room, though. It's not like he was found someplace else.
That's the odd thing that's really weird. So he drove 2 hours. So they said it could not have happened, from what I read as the latest information today, it could not have happened before he got to the hotel because he had to drive 2 hours. And they said chances are he would not have been able to drive the 2 hours from the show to this hotel room.
Right.
The electronic lock on the door shows that there was one entry. It says the door was never touched again until morning. Now, the question is whether that tracks exits out of the door.
Right.
It wouldn't, because it's not the automatic lock wouldn't. It would just be a manual. thing.
it still may track that.
Ours don't at our hotels, at least.
Trust me, Lindsay, we've got 2 semi-experts on the call here.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, our hotels don't. They just show it when it is like lock keyed open.
There are some systems that could have easily just tracked that the door was opened.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know. But it is just kind of an odd situation.
Yeah, why are they keeping it? Why are they so concerned about keeping it under wraps?
But furthermore, they said he had skull fractures. Did they not? Isn't that what part of the report said?
Like
yeah,
it's the back of his skull is like crushed pretty good.
But what I find really interesting is immediately they said that there was no sign of foul play. You would think that if there's that much, damage to the back of his skull, wasn't there any blood? Wasn't there anything? I don't know. It just seems really odd to me.
So is this in reference to...
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, if he was actually like, this sounds like he was murdered. Like if he was murdered, why would the family not want something done?
Unless it was one of them.
True.
But that's just speculation.
So is Dan talking about Bob Saget's death?
No, I don't think so. I think this might have taken a little bit to type up. So it's probably a thought from before.
Probably back from gas.
So.
Okay.
Could be. Or just a general statement.
You see that the family of that cinematographer that got killed, shot by Alec Baldwin, is suing him, and
they should.
Again, there was a wrongful death, and there's an animation.
What's happening with that?
So there was, so they're going through the court process. It's slow.
So the family is suing. So it's a civil suit. It's not a criminal suit. So it's like, how O.J. Simpson, when after he went, they had the criminal suit, the families came in and turned around and sued him. So that was a civil suit.
Civil suit.
That's where he was found guilty.
Okay.
Candace, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, but I thought they said he was laying in the, normal, on his back type situation, whatever that's called.
Yeah, but he could have been staged prone too.
Position? No, not prone.
True, yeah. There's just so many questions.
Supine, thank you.
So, but there is an interesting. The lawyers for the family actually had an animation showing how it all pieces together from the actual police report. It's kind of interesting to watch. I watched it.
Huh.
I thought this was kind of disturbing. Border Patrol agents are now being warned of assassination attempts by the cartels.
What?
Doesn't surprise me.
This is coming from the head of Border Patrol down in the Rio Grande Valley.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
What did you hear about the avocado scare?
Avocados are coming after you now?
So one of the agricultural guys got threatened, I guess, or something. It was a threat made against them, so they had to stop. They stopped importing avocados for some reason because I guess they thought they may have been tainted or something coming into the country. So I guess
the funny thing is the avocado industry just spent how many millions of dollars for a halftime commercial,
and it was right at Super Bowl when this happened too.
Yeah, isn't that just crazy?
So, yeah. It was interesting.
Why are they threatening avocados?
I thought it was our side. The U.S. is not allowing the imports of the avocados anymore.
Well, it all had to do with this threat. I think I didn't read the whole story.
Candace, I will eat yours for you. Avocados are amazing.
Well, all I know is somebody needs to tell our local grocery store because they are overrun with avocados.
Well, yeah, they're probably they got so many and
nobody's eating them.
Those are her people, right?
I don't know.
That's a great plan.
It's avocado time.
Send Kamala down to the border to reason with the cartels. That's a great plan.
She's in Germany.
Oh, that's right. She's in Germany.
What's she doing in Germany?
Obviously, she doesn't have time to go to the southern border.
Well, she's never still made it to the southern border, right? From her.
She went once, and she went to the complete wrong spot, which just kind of tells you right there.
And then fake cried at the fence.
Because she went to El Paso, and there's nothing going on in El Paso.
I heard a story and I meant to print it out and tell me if you guys heard this. There's some news report where Biden started chewing on his microphone like it was an ice cream cone. Did you guys hear about that?
No,
Like they had to cut the picture because he had the mic and he was eating it like an ice cream cone.
Oh,
I don't know if that's true or just a really
that's so
funny joke.
sad.
I'm
It's
gonna
not
hope that
funny,
someone
that's-
photoshopped it.
Elsie, is it sad for him or us?
Both.
Both. This poor man.
No, it's sad for him. It's terrifying for us.
so
Yes, that's probably the best way
sad.
to put it right there.
We
I'm
have
gonna hope that was just all a Photoshop thing.
I gotta find
God,
it
I
again because it
hope
was
so.
funny as shit. It was so funny.
That's awful.
But no, it's scary, especially with Putin doing nuclear testing tomorrow. That's even more scary.
Wasn't he releasing the troops on Tuesday or something?
They were
What?
supposed to. That hasn't
Is
happened.
that in your stories here?
No,
No.
no.
And is it Keith's stories?
No,
No, wasn't it like a real thing? Like he gave a date or whatever?
They said they were going to invade on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. We missed it. Damn it.
Oh.
So the U.S. border is within reach for thousands of Cubans as they flee to Nicaragua. So they're going to Nicaragua first, and then they get to come right up through the southern border, and life is easy.
Come on in.
Come on over.
We'll teach you to
I
play
put up
baseball.
here,
Yep.
and I forgot to follow up on this. This was from earlier in the week. I actually, had anybody ever, do you know what the War Powers Act is?
No.
I've heard
No.
of it.
Are you going to fill us in?
So real quickly, the War Powers Act is it was put in place back in the 60s, and it was that the president can, and I always knew that this was the fact, but I didn't realize it was a relatively recent law. So Congress put in place the War Powers Act, which basically says that if the president can do whatever he wants or she wants with the troops for 60 days. After 60 days, it has to be approved by Congress.
Like Congress, yeah.
So, just
So like
interesting.
leaving them
Yeah,
in
it's-
Afghanistan,
yeah,
I think it's been more than 60 days.
well, but that was okayed by Congress.
Oh, okay.
But we have troops in Poland now, and we have troops in the surrounding Baltic states there. So technically, the clock is ticking.
Nice.
National Archives found records with classified information at Mar-a-Lago. I can't say that now. So that's a big whoops on the other side.
Yeah, no kidding.
So the Department of Justice has been notified. It'll be interesting to see which one they actually take care of.
I mean,
And how much classified information do we have on Hillary's laptop?
Right? Well, nothing, because BleachBit does a great job.
Okay.
I mean, whatever
Touche.
happened to like morals and values and just being an upright, standing person? I don't understand it.
Wendy, we don't do that anymore.
That doesn't get you. That doesn't get you anywhere in life.
So obviously, the Ukraine crisis is bad enough that Biden is actually spending his first full weekend at home in the White House. Thought that was newsworthy.
Yeah, it's
Is that because he ate his microphone like an ice cream?
is that the right?
Maybe. I mean, then I thought, we'll take a quick look at what the Kiev Post has to say. Just apparently our internet is slow or something, or my computer is.
We have 9 people on the internet at home.
Kiev.
So obviously we got Putin. We've got, I got it. Thank you. Troop buildup, 190,000. Oh, that's not good. Russian envoy to Sweden instructs host states against joining NATO. All right. I mean, it doesn't look like it's that bad, does it?
No,
No, can't be that bad.
It's not,
All
it's
right.
not bad at all.
Of course,
And
there's a
then,
cat on the table.
I just put in here an opinion that just, this is just a John Phelan opinion. Why are we threatening to spend blood and treasure for a corrupt Ukrainian government? Because let's not forget, they actually are a corrupt government for a non-NATO ally when we won't do the same for our own borders.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Why are we even concerned with them?
That's a great
It boils
opinion.
down to that.
Very true.
That's a great opinion.
And then, my quote of the week, this was actually supposed to be the quote of the week last week, One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics, you end up being governed by your inferiors.
That's true.
Isn't that the truth?
Gotta love Plato, right? He was a smart dude.
Then I added, since this was last week's, I put this in for this week. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. Michael
Thank
Jordan.
you.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. It's always
All right.
I might
Hooker of the
screw it up, but at least I'm going to say that I tried it.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Are we going right to Hooker of the Week?
Wendy,
Can we?
We can. We can do whatever you want.
your friend's in the studio waiting for you.
Aww. Hey, Seymour.
We are an animal friendly show.
Yes, we are. We do not test on animals.
we do not discriminate against
We do
animals.
not
There's some people
discriminate.
missing.
Right? He's like, where is everybody?
Yeah,
I
he's
hear
like,
him.
I hear
just
him,
don't
but
see
where are
him.
y'all at?
All right, Hooker of the Week. Let's do this.
Nobody's going to be happy. Disclaimer.
Uh-oh.
Nobody's going to be happy about this.
Oh boy.
I am.
So our Hooker of the Week is none other than
Our own local.
Oh, no. You're
Yep.
breaking John's heart.
Oh,
Yep. Dad's
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I don't like her. I've never liked her. And I am going to say, I told you so when this all falls apart. Just saying. So she's
tell us,
standing up
is
there.
she Hooker?
Standing up there at the beginning, how I am a lifelong NRA member, gun coat toting, all this stuff, right? Blurting that out at the thing. Like, I love it. This is great. I've been concealed carry for years, blah, blah, blah. No, you haven't. Actually, you just barely got your concealed carry in 2021, right
So my
before you
question-
decided to run.
So my question is this. So like when I got my permit for concealed carry,
Mhm.
so in Indiana, you could choose to get like I don't know, I think it was a couple years or a lifetime. So I
Yeah.
have a lifetime.
Okay.
So even though I got it, years ago, so say I just got it like last year, it's still a lifetime concealed
It
carry.
is.
And
So
I'm just
Arizona
wondering-
doesn't have that.
well,
Well, this is
Arizona's-
NRA though.
Arizona's
NRA, yeah.
constitutional carry.
Right. But what I'm
Yeah, you
what I'm getting at is, so do they have different membership levels where it's, by a particular, like a year or a lifetime membership? It's a membership level, not
Well,
necessarily.
I'm sure they do, but she sat here and said that she's been a member for years. She's
She
had her
actually said for
concealed
years.
carry for years.
Okay.
Didn't the article go on to say that she supported gun control?
She supported
Obama's
gun control with Obama and with Biden, and actually donated to them as well.
And I heard that she had previously donated to their campaigns.
No, her
and
husband
stuff.
did.
Yep.
Oh, her husband did?
Sheriff Lamb likes her.
Sheriff Lamb needs to stop being scammed by her. I'm sorry, no.
Sheriff Lamb.
It is going to
that's
end
good enough for
terribly,
me.
and I love me some Sheriff Lamb, but nope.
That is good enough for me. So if anybody doesn't
Nope.
know who the picture is, that is Carrie Lake. She is running. She is leading the race for governor in Arizona.
She's a hooker, and I'm not voting for her.
And she used to be one of our
News
local
anchors.
news anchors, yeah.
Yeah, she was a Fox local news anchor on the 10 o'clock news and quit because of the fact that she was tired of the
Being
way.
censored, or her stories being changed by higher ups.
Yep. And Sheriff Lamb, Lindsay and Keith's sheriff, endorses her wholeheartedly.
Can't do it
What do you mean, Lindsay and Keith, Sheriff?
because he's our sheriff over Pinal County.
Yeah, for your county.
That's
Because we're in
you guys,
Maricopa.
you guys are Maricopa.
They're Maricopa.
Yes.
Well, I got a funny story.
Carrie Lake.
Carrie Lake is the hooker. Dad, Carrie Lake,
Carrie Lake, yeah.
hooker.
All right, you got a funny story?
I have a funny story.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Pull him up.
So, a mom visits her son for dinner who lives with a girl as a roommate. During his meal, his mother couldn't help but notice how pretty his roommate was. She had long been suspicious of a relationship between the two, and this only made her more curious. Over the course of the evening, while watching the two interact, she started to wonder if there was more between him and his roommate. Reading his mom's thoughts, the son volunteered, "I know what you must be thinking, but I assure you, we are just roommates." About a week later, his roommate comes to him saying, "Ever since your mother came to dinner, I've been unable to find the silver plate. You don't suppose your mother took it, do you?" He says, "Well, I doubt it, but I'll email her just to be sure." So he sat down and wrote, "Dear Mom, after your visit, the silver plate has been missing. I'm not saying that you did take it, but just we can't find it. Do you know where it is? Love, your son." Several days later, he receives an email from his mother which read, "Dear son, I'm not saying that you are sleeping with your roommate, but the fact is that if she had slept in her own bed, she would have found it under the pillow."
Oh, that's
pretty good.
brilliant. Good
Yeah.
job, Mom.
That's
Good
awesome.
job.
That's something my mom would have done.
Mhm.
So,
Really? Wow.
Should have been like, "So where is that silver plate there, son?"
she's sneaky.
She is sneaky, hanging from ceiling fans and such.
What?
What?
What? Ignore that last comment.
There's
Nothing
a
to
story
see
there
here.
that we're not aware of.
Well, ignore that last
Nothing to
comment.
see here.
I cannot believe Lindsay just said that. Totally not true, by the way. But hey, that makes for a good story.
You don't know.
Oh man.
If she'd have been sleeping in her own bed, she'd have known.
All right, let's do my COVID update. Then we'll kind of get into the topic of the night. What do you think? Sound good?
Okay.
All right.
All right. So my COVID update for the week. Kind of like my picture there.
Very nice.
I love it. I like how it changes each week.
Yeah, that's how I try to stay fresh,
So fresh and so clean.
So fresh and so clean. So my COVID update has to do with Loudoun County, your favorite county.
Oh, they're
So-
so
in
famous.
Virginia.
A judge orders Loudoun County schools to lift mask requirement immediately as other districts prepare for changes. So public schools in Virginia, Loudoun County have a new mask optional policy in place. Thursday morning, after a judge granted a temporary injunction in favor of the 3 parents who sued the school board for enforcing the mask mandate. Now,
Okay.
it's my understanding, though, that the school board tried to, during this hearing, tried to go to the 11th hour to not let this happen. So finally, I think the judge just said, "You know what? I had enough. We're done with this." So, we always see bad stuff coming out of Loudoun County, don't we? So
Yes.
Yeah, no
finally
kidding.
something to talk about.
Good
something
job,
good.
Loudoun County.
So
Yay.
I see that somebody's explaining the situation, and I see Christine and Angela are laughing.
really just need to let it go.
Just let it go.
Just let
Dad
it go.
just retracted it.
Right?
He did. Go back to comments.
Wait, delete.
Oh, and mine it says message retracted. Too late, Dad. It's already
Nope,
out
it's
there.
on there now. Too late. Oh man.
It's because he's getting yelled at in the house right now.
Probably.
That's why Mom. So there's no ceiling fans in the house, and Mom wants to put ceiling fans in the house, and I was like, no. That's how you break a hip.
So, I like Candace's question here. So, do we just change just for money and power? So
Of course,
sad.
we
And
do.
It kind of goes with tonight's theme because, I specifically want to mention, the dorm investigation, but it goes beyond just the dorm investigation. If you think about it, it seems like the last, I don't know, probably 8-10 years we've been dealing with this, where when things come out, specifically it seems to be aimed toward the right. When the right comes out with information, we're considered conspiracy theorists, we're considered liars. And it's always portrayed
You want to
way.
promote panic and
Right. It's always portrayed that way in the media, is it not? It's always like, wow, here was the right again, there with their conspiracy theories and their whacked out ideas. But then, as we look at some of the, the police shootings and stuff like that in the past, where the media immediately jumps to conclusions when people on the right are saying, hey, let's wait for the evidence to come out. This is not how it appears, right? This is not what happened. And they're like, oh, you guys are just, conspiracy theories, nutcases, all all that shit. But then as 6 months go by and the evidence starts coming out, those lies now start to become the truth, right? Isn't that
Well,
what
and then
seems
it's
to be a
presented
pattern?
as the truth, and it's not presented as we're conspiracy theorists anymore. It's, oh, this is what we did research and we found.
Or it's swept under the rug.
Yeah.
And you never hear about it again.
Well, that's the same as
times. Well, there's way, and we've been conditioned this way, especially when it comes to like the government, because there's been way too many times where we're used to whomever the president is, either side, either party, that they just break their promises no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've just grown accustomed to that.
Very true.
And now it's a matter of it's become so commonplace, and we see some of the biggest ones that have come out of the Biden administration. We're gonna bring everybody together. We're gonna stop all the divisiveness, and we've done nothing but just seen the opposite of that.
And transparency too.
And the problem becomes that we don't. We expect some kind of like big referee in the sky to kind of like call it out, but nobody's going to call it out.
Right.
Well, and it's essentially the puppet master. So it's, and I mean, let's go back to the very beginning with the whole voting fraud. Have we ever heard anything from that? No, because every time a new research comes out or new proof comes out, so we're distracted by something else. There's a bigger puppet in front that's masking it, so nobody hears about it. So even though we sat at the beginning and said, something was done, something is wrong, we're all conspiracy theorists, we're all crazy, we're all just not happy because our person didn't win, even though that proof's coming out showing that it was true, nothing's being brought back around.
Well, it goes back further than that if you think about it, though, because Trump's entire presidency, what do we waste time doing?
Impeaching
we
him
try
every
to
5
impeach
seconds.
him for Russia collusion.
Russia.
Right, exactly. And, everybody kept saying, Hillary didn't pay for the dirty dossier and all that crap. But now we're starting to see evidence come out that's pointing otherwise.
And what's going to happen, though, because it's 5 years later?
Probably nothing. Right? John,
exactly.
Would you agree?
Nothing's going to happen.
You can only hope that things, I'm hearing things now that when the Republicans take back the House, there's going to be an investigation into a couple of these different things. They're going to call for an investigation on what happened with Hillary. They're going to ask for an investigation on what's going on with the J6 committee. They're going to ask for an investigation on all these things. But on the other hand, the Republicans are just as bad in the fact that they promise but never deliver.
Right. So for those that don't know about the Durham report, I'll bring this up real quick. So, I cut it off up there.
Oh, shit.
So the Clinton campaign paid a technology company to infiltrate servers belonging to the Trump Tower and later the White House in order to establish
lawyers for the Clinton campaign.
Is that what it said, lawyer?
Yeah,
okay.
Lawyers paid for the Clinton. Lawyers for the Clinton campaign.
Okay, so it was the lawyers.
Yep.
In order to establish an inference and narrative to bring the government agencies linking Donald Trump to Russia and filing the special counsel. John Durham is the one who filed that special counsel. Filed a motion on February 11th focused on potential conflicts of interest related to the representation of former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman, who had been charged with making a false statement to a federal agent. Sussman had pleaded not guilty. The indictment against Sussman says that he told FBI General Counsel James Baker in September of 2016, less than 2 months before the 2016 presidential election, that he was not doing work for any client, quote, quote, when he requested and held a meeting in which presented purported data and white papers that allegedly demonstrated a covert communications channel between the Trump organization and Alpha Bank, which has ties to Kremlin. So it goes on to say, but Durham's filing on February 11th in a section titled Factual Background reveals that Sussman had, quote, assembled and conveyed allegations to the FBI on behalf of at least 2 specific clients, including a technology executive, Tech Executive One, at a U.S.-based internet company, Internet Company One, and the Clinton campaign. Durham's filing said that Sussman billing records reflect that he repeatedly billed the Clinton campaign for his work on the Russian Bank One allegations.
Can Can I just say that all of these things just sound like, a little excerpt out of a Tom Clancy novel?
Right?
Right? I mean, it's interesting that, well, that's very true, Dan. So it's interesting that I saw a blurb today that the House is looking at, so the special counsel, I guess, and I'm not very hip on the whole special counsel thing. I just know that it was appointed by Bill Barr, and I guess it just runs until it runs its course.
Right.
With that being said, the House now is weighing whether they want to defund special counsel. So basically cut off the funding for this, so that way the investigation will just die due to lack of funds.
Yep,
so
exactly.
we'll wait and see what happens in that respect. I mean, granted, things will probably change, come January of next year, because then there will be a new makeup in the House and things will be, probably re-implemented.
So let me get this right. So the special counsel has been around for 6 years now? And now all of a sudden, because they're starting to find evidence to the contrary of what the other side says, now all of a sudden they want to defund it and cancel it and just get rid of it.
Isn't that their prime
thing
for
because
everything?
they want to stop finding anything, obviously.
Right.
I mean, they can sit there and mask it all they want. There's been way more found in the Durham investigation than there ever was with the I'm forgetting the name, whoever Russia was.
The whole dossier thing? Yeah.
No, the guy that investigated it all. The name is escaping me, but it doesn't matter. I watched his report when he gave his report to Congress, and it looked like, it was all just crap. We wasted $6 million for nothing.
Right.
That's because he was paid off.
Well, he was paid to investigate, but he couldn't. He went through all these records and couldn't find anything that was anything remotely to linking the Trump campaign to Russia.
But,
well, for obvious reasons, because all they were doing was making shit up.
If you or I get drugged into a court of law, okay, and we perjure ourselves on the stand, we go to jail. We're handcuffed immediately and walked out. We go to jail, right? These guys lie under oath to Congress
all the time,
and nothing happens. It's just like, they got caught in a lie. Not a big deal.
Oh, so sad.
And that's the downfall of our judicial system, is that they are not prosecuting, and not just, those people, but just so many people across the board.
So
they're considered not touchable.
Right.
Going back to what I said earlier about, when I was doing the investigation and creating the quiz of the week, and the stuff that I flushed and ended up not using was based off of Watergate and Monica Lewinsky. And did you know? So let's use the Bill Clinton one as a prime example.
Right.
So what did Bill actually get impeached for?
Wiener second.
No, it wasn't lying to.
It was lying under oath.
It was the lying, right?
So perjury and
right. I did not
standing in
have
the way of
sexual
justice,
relations
whatever
with
the
that
wording
woman.
was.
I did not have.
That's basically that was it. So that was, and then the same thing with, so Slick Dick, he was trying to get away with, he sat there and he told him.
Slick who? Are we going to be?
I have a question.
Another platform?
Is it really sexual relations if she just sucks your wiener?
Yes, it is. It really
is that really is though?
Yes.
The Mueller investigation, John.
The Mueller investigation. Thank you, Dan.
I don't know how I feel about
drinking
it.
like I am, so he's got it. But and Mueller was, when I saw that report, he him and hawed, and he had no real substance to any of his report. So
the difference, you bring up Nixon though, the difference with Nixon is, they demanded him to release the evidence, right? And he kind of stalled releasing any of the evidence
because of the fact. So there was an actual Supreme Court required him to release the tapes,
but he didn't at first.
No, and you're absolutely right. He claimed that there was, presidential privilege, whatever the term was, and that he didn't have to. And this is based on what I was just reading, today or yesterday about it. And he finally had to in the one tape, which was what they called the smoking gun, where he literally said, yeah, cover it up, do whatever you have to cover it up.
Right. But did he choose not to release the tapes because of the election that was coming up? Because he was voted back in office, or he was voted in the office, but then later got impeached because of it. But you think that's what the stall effect was for the election?
No, because from what I read, according to the timeline, this didn't really come to light. I mean, it came to light a little bit. There was the actual break-in and the bugging and all that happened obviously before he was reelected. Then
that was in 72, wasn't it? When that
was in 72, but he actually didn't get impeached until 74.
74, right.
So the point was that whole thing transpired roughly a year and a half, 2 years after the actual break-in.
Oh.
So, and the break-in happened 6 months before the election or something like that, handful of months before the election. So by the time the investigation started really digging in deep and things started getting hot, he was already, back in the seat and doing his thing.
Right. Wendy's laughing.
I think you should put what Ken put up.
Ken's comment.
Oh.
Ken's comment. It's hilarious.
Yes.
Sorry, I'll put it.
She was the first one.
The super duper.
She took one for the team.
Yeah.
So the Supreme Court, basically ordered him to release the tape. So, you can see how things were changed since 1974, because obviously now you think the Supreme Court would be all over this, that we wasted all the presidency on false claims. And that people lied to Congress and got caught lying to Congress, but yet all we hear is crickets at this point. But I was reading a report the other day. I don't know if it was the New York Times that came out. Somebody came out with it saying that a large percentage of Democrats actually want to see Hillary investigated.
Yes.
Good.
Which
2/3.
I thought that was interesting. Was it 2/3? Okay.
Yeah, it was roughly 2/3 want to see her investigated because they think that this is, if you want to talk, how many times you hear about, a direct threat to democracy. This is a direct threat to democracy. If you're sitting there, this is exactly right in the same line of Watergate. If you are allowed to be able to bug and monitor a sitting president in the White House, there's something wrong.
Right. Because it doesn't only affect you as a Republican. It affects you as a Democrat too. Because if you get away with it that way, you get away with it on the other side too. So
the words are being tossed around as to whether, and they're saying that they may not be able to prove treason, but
it's still wrong.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they say at a bare minimum it's dirty politics.
Right.
At most, it's treasonous. The point is, if it wasn't
where does it stop?
Well, I mean, the point is, though, if it wasn't I always like to look at it from the other lens and go, okay, if it wasn't Hillary and Donald, if it was some other person that was tied to pick a country, if you want to say Russia, you can, or China or whatever.
And that's my thing. So how do we know what? How do we know what that was used for? Do we know that she used it for herself? Do we know that she didn't sell it to people? Do we know that it's still not bugged and being forwarded somewhere else? I mean, how do we know where it's going?
And at this point, we don't know because there's still more that needs to come out. The fact that the Durham report, the Durham investigation went, what was it, over a year ago, changed it over to a criminal investigation. That just in itself says that, there are just more than this one lawyer that are going to probably get some indictments handed down. So it's still too early to know. But the whole idea is that, I'm seeing some experts, now granted, these are on right-leaning shows that are basically saying that Hillary needs to lawyer up and she's probably going to have a fight for a couple of years to keep herself out of prison.
She needs to be put in prison now.
Well, that's true. So,
And then you get to prove yourself innocent when you're done.
Left or
I agree
right.
with that.
I mean, left or right, whatever your political affiliation is, she is the epitome of what's wrong with politics.
Yes.
She is
And
the
it's been that way
epitome
for
of what's wrong with
She's-
human beings.
Well, because
Sure,
all
yeah.
she's only in it just for the pure
power.
the pure power and the pure just raping of whatever she can get out of.
Well,
being
and that's kind of the other thing. Do you think it's a point now where her own party's just tired of hearing her name? They're just tired of dealing with her. They just want her
No,
done.
but see, you're talking about, unfortunately, and I hate to stereotype, but they how do you want to put it nicely? They never seem to want to try and come to the better solution. They're always trying to steer it, at least from what I see. They're always trying to steer it to whatever it takes to benefit their narrative.
Right.
And,
Yep, whatever narrative it is.
And I've said this, and Wendy and I have had many not arguments, but discussions about it that, unfortunately, a lot of those on the right, we just want it to just stay status quo. We'd be perfectly fine if it just stayed the way it is. And the problem is we push until it stops and then we let off. But the left never stops pushing.
Yep.
And it's always a constant battle for taking away guns, taking away your freedoms, changing the voter laws so that way they stay in power forever, all those types of things, right? And you can go down the list, and that's all they ever want to do is just keep pushing that because they know that, unfortunately, the Republican Party doesn't have the stomach for it. They don't have the stamina for it. They just want to push till get it to stop.
And then just let us be
around, it just starts up again.
Right. And until the Republicans grow a spine, things are never going to change. People always ask, what's it going to take to change it? I mean, there's only so much we can do as people. Everybody talks about, Civil War and all this other crap that they talk about. But the reality is we got to start voting smart. We have to get these people out of office.
Well, we got to start paying attention.
But the problem is we got to have people that are running that are decent. We can't just have the same old in the Republican Party. We just can't keep voting the same garbage in.
Well, I mean, me,
change.
you, John, and Wendy can run.
We could.
And it still goes back.
I've asked Wendy if I can run it. She's like not thrilled with the idea.
And
Let's do it, John. Me and you.
Yeah. The people that should be in these positions, they're smart enough not to because of the crap that goes on, and they just don't want any part of it.
I mean, I sit there and I look at it from the standpoint of, there are more better politicians that are coming to light now. The Republican Party, as an example, has gotten very much more diversified. A lot of women and minorities are getting into the party and getting elected into federal offices, state offices. So that's a great thing that's coming out of it.
Right.
I saw something that actually made me stop and think about it from the standpoint of the Carter administration was so bad. And they're saying now that the Biden administration is so much worse than the Carter administration. The Carter administration was so bad that it ended up.
How bad was it?
It made it to where Republicans were in control for 12 years. And so we have to take it upon ourselves if the right ends up getting back in power, especially in all three governments or levels of government,
right?
Then what they should do is we need to push them as the people that we want some things taken care of, whether it's we're going to push our elected officials to do it or go and do a convention of states and get things pushed through. Again, it comes back to, I still, and I've reiterated this, I don't know how many times, we need to codify exactly what the Supreme Court size is supposed to be and put term limits on the justices. So that way we take politics out of the whole thing. We need to, all the other things as far as holding back the government, and we need to put those things in the actual law. So it stops being a political football back and forth, which whoever goes into power.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to be actual, we have to do the hard work and make these amendments to the Constitution.
We need another Reagan government. That's what we need.
We do need another Reagan
absolutely
government.
I mean, that's, say what you want about him. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that didn't like him as president, but our country was a different place back then. Yeah, we definitely need something like that. And going back to my dad's point, when you talk about treason, back in the early years, you were executed for treason, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
It still is.
That's
It still is
punishable.
the punishment for treason. There's no.
It is, but it doesn't happen. Treason just gets thrown around like a dirty word now. You know what I mean? It's like,
Because again, we've had way too many people that have sat there, and we need to be a kinder, gentler nation.
right.
And then we have.
No, we don't.
People like I read something a week ago about some guy that gave away nuclear sub secrets to a foreign country, or tried to. I guess technically he was trying to, and he got stopped by the FBI. Thank God. But it's like, really, at what point, there, you can always make the argument that's happened forever, but
If there's no punishment, people are going to do the crime.
yes,
Well, because the simple thing
That's
comes
where
down
we're at.
to what kept them all in line? Fear. There is no
Fear
more
of
fear.
punishment.
What are
Yeah.
people going to do to me? What are they going to do? What are they going to say? Nobody in power has ever gotten in trouble, and if I have the money, I can pay it off. So if I sell all this stuff for nuclear whatevers, I can just pay the government off and I'll be fine.
yep.
So
unfortunately, we need to instill. Got to give the Democrats credit. They infiltrated the schools. They have, they got a running head start on us as far as they are trained our
Brainwashing?
kids. Well, they've trained our kids to be against us and to not like their country, not be able to willing to, when we've got crazy ass shit where people want to be woke in the military and all this crap. Well, it's like, your job is to be able to, die for your country if you need to. If that is requested of you, you have to do it.
We have kids who think they're cats and want to pee in a litter box. So I'm not really sure what to think about these.
Have you
people.
seen the guy that was going to be the assistant secretary of energy?
Oh my Lord, baby Jesus, no.
Oh my God. All I
Is he
can
a
say
cat?
all I can say is Google it. He is.
Oh, I saw the pictures.
Oh, this guy. I mean, he's got.
He's an interesting dude. And I'll say interesting very loosely.
He is.
Well, John, you have a computer right there. I think you should look him up.
He is not shy on social media about his sexual preferences, and he gets into guys that like to wear the face mask and the dog chains.
Yes.
Wow.
Where did we go so far off the rails that we, it just
Why?
Well,
Not
I mean,
even that.
You can have whatever. I mean, nothing to say that people in office haven't had these quirky, stupid, silly fetish.
Not even that. What
But,
you can do what
keep it under wraps. For God's
yeah,
sake.
like you can do whatever you want, but when did it become
That's
public
all over the
knowledge?
Yeah,
Like-
I don't need to know what's
And I
going
guess
on.
the guy is brilliant. I mean, he's an MIT grad.
Yeah, why do you need to even talk about your sexual preferences? I don't care.
well, like John says, I guess we're kind of naive to think that it hasn't happened in the past. That
I'm sure
we
it
have some
has.
really freaky people in office. But the thing is, it's another
I
thing you can
don't
blame.
care.
You can blame social media for it, because before there was no way you couldn't just put yourself out there. It just didn't happen. I mean, unless you got caught on the 6 o'clock news streaking through the streets, naked or something.
And even then, you paid him off, so it didn't get shown.
Right.
And again, I could give a shit about the guy's sexual preference and
Right.
stuff.
Right.
But let's look at it from an apples to apples perspective. This guy is perfectly fine and feels totally emboldened to be able to put whatever strange, freaky sexual preferences he wants out there. But on the other hand, if and I'm trying to think, some staff member for the city of Ottawa made $100 donation to the truckers and got fired.
Right.
What?
Yep. I heard that.
Because the Give Send Go got hacked, and so they published all the names of people that gave money, and so some staff member in the city of Ottawa gave $100 and lost their job.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hope.
And it's like,
I hope
okay,
karma
now
comes
what's the
back and he
problem
gets
here?
something better comes out of it for him, and whoever fired him, karma gets
Yeah,
them.
hopefully. What are you
Can
listening
only
to?
hope.
Your dog's drinking water out of the toilet.
Oh, that's good. Nothing like the noises you hear in the
Why
studio.
we're not there tonight?
All the things that we miss. Oh my
Bad
goodness.
girl.
All right, what did Dan put up about J. Edgar Hoover?
Thank you. Absolutely. You want to wear a dress and trot
Well,
around the White House? You better keep that shit to yourself.
Well,
I don't need to know about that.
And Dan, let's not forget, J. Edgar Hoover was a scary ass dude, and nobody wanted to cross him.
True.
Nowadays, he'd have pink hair, a tutu, and he'd be holding a poodle.
It's sad, but you know, I do want to ask your opinion on something though. So just to kind of sidetrack a little bit with the whole thing with Putin going on. So, you know, we know world leaders all the time like to play what I call political chess, right? They like to flex their muscles and see what they can do. So I just heard about the nuclear test that Putin was doing. I just heard about it yesterday on the news. Coincidentally, it's happening tomorrow is my understanding. But what's your thoughts on that? Do you think he's going to use that as an opportunity to actually invade Ukraine at that point? Or do you think he's just trying to see what he can push Biden?
I think that he's using, I don't know. It's hard to say because of the fact that I hear a lot of different possible scenarios. The guy is an ex-KGB operative or officer, whatever you want to call it. And so he's very good at playing the political game. He's been around for, 3 presidents, 4 presidents, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So, he's practice at this, pushing to see what he can get away with because they're checking. They're marking down what we will jump to.
Right.
I think honestly, again, scary thought if John were president, I would have said, hey, you guys do something over there. We're going to make sure that we sell as much natural gas and oil to Germany as we can, and just to screw you guys up. But on the flip side, I wouldn't be sending troops, and I'd be sending troops down to the southern border, and I'd be, as my father-in-law says, shooting the first one that comes across because no one would follow.
Right.
But,
Exactly.
Right.
I talked to him about laws, and he's like, yeah, they still wouldn't come across, would they?
Nope, they would not.
Nope. I'd be like, no, I'm good. You can go.
But that's scary because you got to ask yourself who's really running the show on our side now, because you got a president who
Not us.
eats a microphone like a ice cream cone.
We haven't been running the show in
I
years.
heard an interesting perspective once, and this actually makes a lot of sense in my head, is the fact that, so Russia's economy is so hinged on energy exports right now.
Right.
And again, we said earlier, a barrel of oil has gone from $55 a barrel up to $100, and they're expecting that it could go as much as $150 by summer.
If the Ukraine invasion happens, that's what they're basing it on.
Who benefits from that?
Not us.
Yeah,
Not us, but definitely Russia does.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
So,
So why would they not want it?
Why would they not want it? And if all he's got to do is spend a little bit of money to send some troops to go hang out and camp alongside the border, how is that not a win-win for him?
Right.
You would think that someone on our side from our administration would be like, okay, you know what? Maybe it wasn't a great thing to scrap the Keystone pipeline. Maybe we need to bring that back and what?
Why?
Yeah.
It's not affecting
But
them.
that's a simple
But
simple decision that could be made overnight, and we could be back on track and not suffering the way we're suffering. That's what I don't get.
But that's not affecting them, so they don't care. They're not actually going to be.
You're talking
hurting
about an
these.
administration who is sitting there and they are, doing not only are they doing everything in their power to not follow a court order for remain in Mexico. They're actively working with the Mexican government to subvert it.
Right.
So, they're never there. It's whatever Trump was doing, they want to do the opposite just because they're trying to pander to
They want to do the opposite.
Well, now is Russia selling oil to Saudi Arabia, or are we still getting our oil from Saudi?
We get our oil from everywhere.
Do we buy from Russia?
Everywhere but Venezuela.
Well, nobody's.
And again, it comes back. I mean, that's a whole different topic unto itself, in the fact that we should be helping our neighbors, in the same way that Germany is relying on somebody who is a handful of 1,000 miles away instead of somebody who is half a world away.
Yeah.
We should be helping Venezuela get their act together, and all sorts of things, getting the oil production out of them, helping making them rich and prosperous again. There's all sorts of information about how South America's got all the riches of the world are down there, and it's just laying dormant because nobody wants to touch it. And it's like, well, and including free labor, why couldn't we just make all the crap that we have that's made in China? Why can't we have that made in, South America or Central America? And let's make our neighbors rich instead of making.
You could.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Well, when your neighbors are rich, they come here and make you rich again.
Yeah. Well, it makes the entire hemisphere, prosperous. So
Right.
again, it just comes back to we have politics is the driving factor instead of actually what's right for the world.
Right.
Yep.
We can't even get people out of Afghanistan. So
Nope.
Right?
That's
Right?
just crazy.
yeah, 180 was it 187 days or something like that
Oh,
gone
my
by now.
And they say there's still a handful of, probably 200 to 300 that are stuck there.
Oh yeah,
200 to 300 is more than a handful, John.
it's a joke.
Well, I mean, yeah, something like that.
There's 200 or 300 stuck in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a crap ton of
It's
people.
sad.
Yeah. I mean, there's actually a website for something called Project Dynamo. So Project Dynamo back in the day was the Dunkirk operation. That's what it was called in World War II, when they sent all the civilian boats over from England to go get the English and French troops off the shore in Dunkirk. So now the some veterans, ex-military that have been in Afghanistan, they call themselves Project Dynamo again, and they are taking donations, taking volunteers to go and help rescue some of these folks. And I just saw an interview with one of the guys earlier this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Yeah, they're still working on trying to get a handful of, a couple hundred people out that are still stuck in the country.
and the Taliban's not trying to stop them.
Oh,
They got
they're
tanks.
doing everything they can to try and not engage the Taliban, because it's, the Taliban is just ruthlessly.
They've got new toys.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
think they'd have that place locked up tighter than
Well,
you
at
can
least they're
imagine.
not just like killing these people or
Well, they can't find them. The people are smart enough that they're not letting themselves be known,
Right.
because lo and behold, for some fucked up reason, we gave them a list of here's everybody you're looking for.
Surprised it didn't have pictures.
Right.
So yeah, thumbnail prints, everything, right?
Yeah. No
You know,
kidding. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
I think it's time for a quiz.
I
A
was
quiz?
just gonna say
Oh,
that.
I
Do
am
we
so
have a
looking-
quiz?
I am so looking forward to a quiz.
All right.
This is not a speed quiz, right?
It is not a speed quiz.
Good. This is probably not the day to do a speed quiz.
Wendy, you're gonna have to shout out your answer though, because you don't have your letters.
I know.
But well, not to mention you're probably gonna see.
She
the
can
answers
see the
anyway.
answers too.
Well, no,
No.
because it's on. I don't think so.
That's right. They don't come up right away. So
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
we don't see the answers, so she sees what we see.
Can I do sign language? I don't even remember.
just don't flip anybody off. All right, if you're gonna play it from home, make sure you answer your questions as
With a
fast as you
number.
can and answer with a number so we know which one you are.
Oh look, we have
replying
closed
to.
captions.
There we do. Look at
I
that.
know. I don't know how to get that off. I
That's
don't know how
awesome.
to get that off.
Thank you
It's
for using
nice.
titles. Okay, there we go.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. See how that comes out. All right. So again, if you're playing along at home, please put your answer up as quick as possible so we can keep the ball rolling here and let us know what number you're answering.
All right. So wait till you find out how screwed up this quiz is.
How screwed up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So this is a visual quiz.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay.
So this is how well do you know your emojis?
Nice.
Okay.
Interesting.
I don't.
This will be interesting.
What is this emoji?
Well,
It's a
What does
schmuck.
it stand for? And we're talking about the street version. What does it mean to the kids? So
oh, you mean like the eggplant
Ooh.
emoji?
So is this
Okay.
fraud or foolish? Undercover, this place is a circus, or too much makeup?
You got Morse code going on?
I got a
I
D,
know.
I got an A. Wendy's phoning a friend.
What was that sound?
What do we
That
got?
was her text message.
Yeah, I didn't turn.
I want to know what the audience thinks.
I was
Christine
like-
says D.
Josh says
Chris
A. I'm gonna go with A then.
Angel
Come on,
says
baby.
I'm
clown.
gonna say C.
Josh, you better be right.
We got a B.
We have fraud or foolish.
Nice.
Woohoo! Good job, Josh.
Hey, I put
All
it
right,
first.
number 2. I drive a panty dropper truck, plenty of spare tires, garbage, or shapely butt.
What the
Ooh.
hell?
Oh my god!
Nope.
I had no idea.
That is not a panty dropper truck, but hey.
I'm gonna go with A or D. I get two options right now.
A and the D. No, you got to pick one.
Christine's going with me on
Yeah,
this one.
16,
She's going
Garth.
with C.
I'm gonna go with A just because I like it.
Come on, where are my supporters? Where's my C's? Thanks, Christine.
C.
Come on, kids.
Got a C?
I got a C.
Oh,
Oh,
We
it
got
says
a
D. I'm
D.
switching.
You
See?
can't switch.
I can so switch.
Oh, you're kidding.
C.
All right.
no. All right, the hat means lie,
Jesus.
cold, bald, or player.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
D.
definitely player. I'm going with player on that.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
go.
Why
with
don't
that.
you,
Oh,
you think I know emojis?
Lindsay's thinking about it.
Although you know, C bald. I'm gonna go with C bald. I'm gonna go with C.
It looks like a duck, but
She's
you know,
got an A. No, it's a hat. It's a cap.
I know it's a
It looks
cat,
like a
but
duck
it's
bill.
like it's got two eyes.
Well, I got a D and 2 A's.
C.
Yeah.
Lie.
Yes.
Yes.
Woo! No idea.
What does that mean? Lie?
Hey,
way
I don't
too
look these up.
ridiculous.
I
I get
just
that.
look them up.
I get that.
All right, the
A
ghost
ghosty.
means scared, ghosted, feet not touching the ground, or dead.
I'll go with scared.
I'm
Well,
gonna
you
say
know what?
D, ghosted.
Ghosted.
I'm sticking with A, but I think it might be B because now I'm thinking of youngsters' terms.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be like dead.
And I forgot to number these.
He's got his tongue out. I don't know if
He
it
does.
represents dead, but I hope not.
Ghosted.
Yeah, I'm thinking B, but I'm just gonna keep A up there.
Christine's
just
got
for-
a B. Isaiah's got a B.
I mean, the
Joshua's
things
got
we
a
think
B.
makes sense, they don't.
right.
So it is ghosted.
Oh, it is.
That is
Okay.
ghosted.
All right.
Because he seems way too
All right.
excited about that. That's the booty one.
That's the booty one. Should we
All
just
up in the
skip this
booty.
one all the- Because Lindsay knows these.
That's
I
the
do.
Here's a peach, kiss, green hair, or a butt.
You going
Booty
butt?
boot.
All right, let's go butt.
Yeah,
We're going
yeah.
butt on
Booty
this.
boots. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ken's got a B. No, that's for number 4.
That's for the last one.
That's for the
Christine
last.
Somebody
saying
didn't
D.
put numbers on it. John.
I know. Hey, let's have
He's out of he's out of
finding
his
out-
element. You
putting
know?
him up.
What?
Right.
Because he had to download an app this week?
Yes.
Okay.
Isaiah says D.
I'm going booty boot. Booty boots.
Yeah.
But
Booty
there you go.
boots.
All right.
Okay.
all right, this one
Isaiah, not to be
This is a new one on me.
confused with my boosie.
I don't even know what the eyes and the lips are. What do
Right.
you really call that emoji?
It's
But it
terrifying.
is no idea. Big eyes. What is what it is, or speechless. And Keith's sigh says it all.
Yeah, right?
I'm going with A because I have no idea.
I was
So-
thinking the same thing, Keith. No idea. I have no
That's
idea.
terrifying.
That's terrifying.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is,
Okay.
Christine says C. Isaiah says D.
it says 90210. I like that.
902.
That's funny.
All right, we ready for the answer?
Yep.
Let's do it. Put it up.
Do
Good
it.
to us.
It is what it is.
Oh, that's one of my favorite sayings.
There you go.
Right? I don't get that from
Now I
you at
know
all.
I can do it.
Nope.
Emojis.
Oh, look.
Brain.
The
What does
brain.
brain mean?
It's either the
Mark
brain or cotton
Clueless
candy.
is in my head or oral.
You know what? I'm gonna
not,
go.
not the vision I'm going to get for D, but hey.
I know.
Is it too easy?
Is it too easy? No.
Nope.
Because none of this makes sense. So,
No.
None of this
Not
makes
at all.
sense. Yeah. This is how the kids are talking nowadays.
And
you
they
know,
do. They use the emojis. I mean,
I'm glad I'm not a kid.
This is why Angela needs to pay attention.
right?
This is literally why we can't get our groceries bagged because their children are looking at this.
Exactly.
But
Please
see, Angela
learn to
knows most of
communicate.
these. All right, let me know when I can reveal it.
Not yet.
Angela goes, damn.
You notice how Dad's not even playing this game. He's-
I know.
Nope.
he's- he's
Oh,
like,
the kids are not
I'm
agreeing.
now.
The family is not agreeing.
wow. Wow.
Hmm. Angela's
Oh.
moved on to 8. We're not even on 8 yet. Angela, come on.
Oral.
Yes.
What
Don't ask me.
the hell is that
You don't
shit?
believe me.
Come on,
Give
think
me the
about
peach
one-
and the brain.
I'm referencing these between
Done.
3 different sources. So,
So where's the
Wow.
eggplant? Well, at least we know that one.
all right.
The peach
I don't
and the
know.
brain.
So the spaghetti. What is the spaghetti plate?
Where do
mean?
you find these emojis?
It took me a long time to figure out what the spaghetti, what that even was.
I want a spaghetti emoji.
Yeah.
How do you find those?
It's not iPhone.
Nudes, experiment, chemistry, or pizza face.
I'm just sticking with D.
What the hell's a nude?
I'm gonna go with nudes.
Nudes.
Okay, yeah.
Like nude pictures? N-U-D-E?
Or nude,
Trying to play
like,
it off, Keith.
Right?
or is it like a
Exactly.
noob, like a newbie?
That'd be noob.
No, it was any.
I don't know. This
like
makes no.
N-U-T-E.
This makes no.
Chemistry, really?
It makes no flipping sense
That's
to
what
me to
you're going to
begin
come
with.
up with?
Brain did not translate to oral for me.
Right?
I'm just
so I'm
maybe-
going way out there.
Maybe you're on the wrong wavelength.
Maybe.
I'll go
All right, I
with
get a bunch of A's.
Yeah.
Nudes.
Really, guys?
All right.
So if I send you a pizza, if I send you spaghetti, you're going to send me nudes?
Right.
No, nudes.
Oh, okay.
So
Like N-U-D-E or what's N-O-O-D-S?
I have no idea.
that's
As I
actually
said.
was the street way of putting N-U-D-E.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not
How
any.
did- how does
Hold on.
this
Go
plate of
back.
spaghetti even relate to
Go
that?
back. I'm not even worried about that. N-U-D-E is actually shorter than N-O-O-D-S. Really, kids? Really?
But how does a plate of spaghetti and meatballs freaking relate? It doesn't. We gotta stop
noodles.
Because I want to see your noodle and balls, baby.
Can I just say we gotta stop eating fucking Tide Pods because this is what happens.
But see, that's the whole thing is
Are these the Tide Pod kids?
They have things that if someone looks at it, it looks innocent, but it's got a different meaning.
Is it any different than when we were sitting there cursing at each other through the pagers? At least we got in trouble when we were cursing at each other through the pagers. Because your mama could grab it and be like, who sent this?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who had a pager as a kid?
Next question. Next question, please.
I didn't. Those were before
the
me.
leaf. The leaf means spice, weed, hippie, or bland.
See, I'll go with weed because that kind of makes sense. That's
Yeah.
the one that kind of makes sense, even though it's probably freaking
It's probably spice.
bland or
Ready?
hippie. Yeah.
I'm gonna say hippie. See,
Hippie?
I'm
You want
gonna
hippie
say
with that? Oh, because there is kind of a peace symbol in the middle, huh? The
Because
veins
we
of the
would make
leaves kind of make a
sense.
peace symbol.
Okay.
I got a couple bees showing up on the chat.
Might
No,
be
it's
hippie.
gonna be B. Totally smoking weed.
Angela goes, now I know. See, for Angela, this is a PSA.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Dun, dun, dun.
She's gonna be checking all the kids' phones.
Yeah.
All
What's that brain doing on there?
There better not be no brains and no spaghetti plates.
Right.
Kind of crap is this?
I don't even know what you want to
Well,
call it.
Millennial mentalist. I
it's like an
that
angel, and then almost like the
The magic.
A star Tweedle thing?
term. These are not on
A
iPhone
girly
or
man, an
Samsung.
angel, a hippie, or mean spirited.
Oh, that's a girly man.
I'm going to agree with you, Lindsay, because I kind of like that term.
Is it really spelled like that?
It's really not. But
yeah. I'm gonna say a girly
I
man.
like that term.
Yeah.
I like that term.
what movie was that? Wasn't an Adam Sandler movie? Girly Man. I can't remember what movie that was. It was funny.
And the fact that it's spelled that way, so I mean,
Right.
Yeah, what is with that?
That's kinda
Is
like-
that what's his name who's running for whatever?
That's-
Is that how he spells it?
That's girly.
Hold on. Hold on.
Girly.
Put my pinky up. Hold on.
I like that, Angela.
Yeah,
My
put your
kids are
pinky up.
busted.
I can't put my pinky up.
Angela, make sure you go back and watch this over and over so you got these all memorized.
Mhm, and tell me which kids, because I'm going to get them.
I'm going to go back and watch this and relive this nightmare.
I don't
All
want to
right,
relive
you
this.
ready?
We're
Yeah.
ready.
These kids can't spell girly.
As far as I know, everybody is wrong.
Oh, really? Spirited.
Mean
Where did you?
spirited.
Hey, did you just make that shit up to spell girly?
No.
Yeah, I think you did,
Like I
right?
said, I went through 3 different references to get this.
Is that really how they're spelling girly?
I didn't know liberals had their own set of emojis.
What's
All right,
that's
so we
what's
got
his
the-
name
we
that
got
took?
the chili
Thank
pepper,
you. That's how you
the
spell girly,
dancing,
Ken.
Mexican food, salsa, or risque.
Oh no,
I'm going risque. Yeah, totally risque on that.
Yeah.
looks
Yeah,
like a wiener.
If the brain is oral, this is totally risque.
Oh,
How is it not?
The
I
brain,
don't know.
the
Wow.
brain is really throwing you off.
It's
Mhm.
just
I feel sorry for
retarded.
people with kids. I mean, you have to to be able to decipher what your kids are saying. You got to look all,
All right,
this
we're
stuff
ready.
up.
We're ready to get the answer.
Yeah.
Beat the crap out of them.
Like Lindsay said, that's why.
Right. You got that right.
Like Lindsay said, that's why we can't get our groceries freaking back.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
this
is-
is going to be good.
This is totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a penis.
Penis or corn?
That's my penis.
I thought
That what did you
I'm-
say?
I'm going. She said, "That's my penis."
That's my
X-ray is
penis.
supposed to be that. I'm
Haven't
gonna
you
say
seen that
corn.
video?
I'm going porn because corn and porn. You know. It's-
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
that's my penis.
Starchy shirt.
Kathleen, Dan, go check on Kathleen. She might have passed out.
You've seen that video, right?
No.
Yeah. The TSA guy.
The TSA guy,
What-
where he's patting the guy down and he's like, "What is this?"
What
and
is
the
this?
dude's
He
all,
goes,
"That's my penis."
That's my penis.
And he's like, "That's your penis."
yeah, TSA guy.
Super
That's my-
calm. It's hilarious.
That's
All
your penis.
right,
That's your penis.
boy.
Oh,
See, I used
That's
twisted
that's my
logic.
penis.
I used
There's
twisted
the
logic, and it
eggplant.
looks like a freaking umbrella on an eggplant.
That's my penis. Hold on, I got to change numbers.
Yeah. This is B.
Is that what
Change
you're doing?
letters.
Gonna go B.
You know what? I'm gonna
That's
say
my
A
penis.
just for the hell of it, because it'd be funny as shit if it was just an eggplant. Wouldn't it?
The kids
Oh, it could
don't
be
even know what
condom,
an
though, too.
eggplant Is.
Oh,
Wow, we're getting the dogs all riled up.
Oh.
that's
All right.
your
Obviously,
penis.
everybody knows this. This is a penis.
Yes.
What
Why
are the
is it-
cherries?
oh, that's
though?
titties.
Jesus.
Which one's titties?
Breast, tentacles.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, cherries.
Oh, I don't know.
Aha. See,
The old twig and berries.
Yeah.
I got a B up for Keith.
But it looks like it's got nipples. I'm gonna go with breastises.
You could be right.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna go with breastises.
Wendy's going A. I got a couple B's in there. I got 3 B's.
Definitely penis.
Ken,
This one's a penis.
Ken, we got to talk to you about, the birds and the bees.
Twig and berries. Keith thinks it is too.
No, I said it was testicles. I didn't say.
All right. So
Go for
unfortunately, it was a trick question.
Oh,
It can
Both? Oh,
So we're both
interesting.
right.
Well, with the elective surgeries that happened today, it could be either or.
Could be both.
What does the frog mean?
Oh, don't come on. Let's not demoralize the
Deep
frog.
voice, big eye, swimmer or ugly?
I'm gonna say swimmer.
Ooh. Really?
Because ugly is just like too obvious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with ugly.
I'll be different.
Because you kiss the toad to make him pretty.
True. Good point. Good. I like your theory.
You with me? Probably not right.
I like.
But I'm gonna go with it right now.
I got a D from Isaiah.
And a whoa.
Everybody else is thinking. Everybody else is thinking.
Everybody else's brains hurt
Christine's
right
got
now.
a D.
Christine's saying D.
It's gonna be like deep voice.
Christine's usually right though. She's a pretty good guessing this
Is
stuff.
Christine
That's
usually
because
right?
she's been hacking the
She-
kids and
she
stuff
is.
for
All right,
years.
we ready for the reveal?
Let's see.
Ugly.
All right. Good job.
We're getting close to the end.
Oh, no, you got
Now you gotta go after avocados.
Now we're going after
We can't even
avocado.
have them. Mexico just took them back.
Hard, basic, shapely, or trendy?
I'm going shapely on this.
There you go, Angela. There's us.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with C2.
We're doing shapely.
Watch, it's gonna be trendy or some crap like that.
Some stupid.
All right, we
Hard
got
heart.
Christine's answer. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
Ready?
Basic.
What? Basic.
Look it up.
Oh,
Look
now
it
I'm
up.
pissed. Now I'm
I wouldn't
pissed.
have guessed.
Isaiah had it right,
See, Isaiah's got
and
it.
that's it.
That's
No.
it. All right.
Now I'm pissed.
Why? 'Cause they went after your
No,
avocados.
I just want to know, when you Google this, John, did you Google sexual teenage emojis or something?
Well,
Because
it was,
that's like that whole quiz was that.
I know, right?
Well, do you think that there's going to be, street names for emojis for, hey, I'm a kid on a skateboard?
No,
What
it's just more proof to us that our world is really screwed up.
Well, it's how the kids, communicate to each other so that the parents can't understand the
I agree,
communication.
Christine.
Yeah.
Well, because there used to be back in the IM days, there used to be, parent looking, PT
Oh yeah, all the different,
S, right? Parent looking over shoulder.
Oh yeah.
PLOS. It used to be all the different things to be able to, so that way the parents
Right.
couldn't tell
Isaiah's busted. He knew all of them. Watch out. Mama's coming for you.
I just want to say I liked eggplant parmesan before this episode, so
Yeah.
you kind of ruined it for
What
me.
was eggplant? Eggplant was penis.
Penis, yeah, exactly.
Penis and
I'm never touching an eggplant again.
Yeah,
What
that's
was-
a good word.
and what was spaghetti? Nudes. Oh, you want penis nudes? Oh, honey.
How many drinks did you
Right.
have when you searched this crap?
I told you he wasn't playing.
Well, he had another bottle of that whiskey, whatever.
Because part of it is, I got in the back of my head, I got Dan going, well, I got them all last time.
I didn't get a single
I
one
got-
this time.
I
Did
got
he,
one
Dad? You wasn't
Dan's
even
not gonna
playing.
get them all this time.
That's funny. The
Mhm.
millennial 3D mind, exactly.
Yep.
Absolutely, 100%. So next week, hopefully you guys are back here, but we're gonna try a new whiskey next week.
Oh, okay. Then we'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
I want to try that Angel's Envy. So I found it. I actually found it in Safeway, and I think Total Wine has it too.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
made by the same Maker's Mark company, but apparently it's really good and really smooth.
Mm.
So, what's John got?
Well, I know that so last time I was at Total Wine, I found that, these things are like the best.
And they're like
Totally invisible.
Totally
yes,
invisible.
invisible.
God, it even makes my hand disappear.
Yep.
But, getting the little airplane bottles. And I found that this, and I'm not usually a big flavored whiskey person, but this blackberry flavored whiskey from Bird Dog was actually really good.
Huh.
Me and you have done that a couple times where I go through there and spend $10 and just get 10 little
Samples,
things.
yeah.
And because that's where we tried that, that one.
That caramel one?
No, it was that.
We bought a rum through there.
It was
that
a rum.
terrible.
That's
The
what it
Kraken?
was. The Kraken. That's what I was
Oh,
thinking of with the big
Kraken.
octopus on it.
Oh, it's terrible.
And the bottle was super cool, and I wanted to get it. And he was like, "Let's try this." It was awful,
It was terrible.
absolutely awful. So glad we
The
did
way to
that.
do it though, it's cheap. What are they like $1.99, $2, whatever for that stuff?
Yeah.
Now you know why it's, cheap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So we'll have to, maybe we'll bring the.
Oh, see, Apple, that's
did
not
you ever,
fair.
So did last Sunday, did you try the Texas bottle flavored whiskey?
No. Yes,
I did.
he did. He liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Of course he liked it.
Of course, he liked it. Why would he not like it? And then he looked at me and goes, "I can't believe you don't like this." And I was like, "I'm not even trying it."
It was good. It
Nope,
No,
smelled
it's
bad.
not.
wasn't the best whiskey I've ever had, but it was
Nope.
good.
Not doing it.
But you're a bourbon guy, aren't you? You're not.
Yeah,
a,
I'm
you're
a
not
bourbon
a,
guy. It's got to be
see,
bourbon.
See, I'm a rye whiskey guy. I like rye whiskey.
Yeah, the rye.
But
is
you
just-
are. What's rye whiskey stand for?
Oh man.
Go back to Angela's comment.
What? Where? Hold on.
Under comments.
Out there.
One up. That's not fair.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that's
You would think that they could read lips, though.
yeah. Let's cover your mouth.
Yeah, but you can also like do it with your back turned to them, or
Very true. Yeah.
in the room.
So put Christine's comment up there.
No, it's still gross.
This one?
No, so
Nope.
So Christine, what we'll have to do is I'll show you. So we have some true honest moonshine. It's like 177 proof. And Lindsay is reluctant to do this, but Wendy and I were shown this last time we were in Tennessee, where you take the shot, we're talking clear moonshine. You breathe in through your nose, you take the shot, you count to 3, and then you breathe out through your mouth.
That's like
And it
greasing
does not burn.
gasoline. No.
I'll have to try. We'll have to try that.
Yeah.
Be a
We'll
fun-
try that.
It'll be a really fun show.
No.
We'll bring the fire.
No, thank you.
bring the
Bring
fire.
the fire and
yeah.
the Texas bottle because Keith said he'll drink it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll bring the Texas bottle.
I
We
like
just
that.
want the bottle back.
No.
You'll get the bottle back. Don't worry. Where'd you get that? Did you
Angie
actually get
was-
that from Texas? Oh,
What?
You guys
You
freeze
cut
again?
out.
Did you actually get that bottle from Texas? Or did you get a local?
It is actually from Texas. We got that down in, I think we got that in,
I think we got it in South Padre Island.
okay.
Well, next time you go back, get another bottle because I like the bottle. It's cool.
Yeah, we won't
I
want
know
to.
the bottle's cool, isn't it?
Like, yeah.
That's
it's-
why she bought
it's
it.
shaped like the state. I like
It is.
Cool. Very cool.
It was like that's the only thing we brought back from Texas. Besides memory.
Is a whiskey that's gross, but it's in a cool bottle.
It was.
Yeah, it is really cool.
What do you do?
So hey, if you guys that are on tonight have not checked out our coffee table crumbs, you need to go check that out. Some of them are proving to be quite hilarious. So
You might just shit your pants. It's so funny.
the last one was pretty funny. So
I showed one of the girls at work today John's mask one.
oh, did you? That was great.
When he
that
passed
was
out.
funny. That was funny as hell.
Hilarious.
This recent one was good too. I like the recent one.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you haven't watched the new one yet?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
Fired.
It was good. Yeah, you are fired.
The- When John had his diapers on.
That was that one where we passed out. Yeah.
That's so funny.
That was pretty funny. So, and then I started a new show on Wednesdays. I think I told you guys about it. It's called RCJ in the Spotlight, and did our first episode this Wednesday, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's going to come
It
around
went very well.
Yep. In a couple weeks, we'll be featuring Coffee Table Chronicles. So I'll have you and Wendy on John, to talk about Coffee Table Chronicles. So
Okay.
get people a little insight on our channel.
We've heard of the show occasionally.
You know, I heard they're okay, but
They're kind of
a
sketchy
little crazy.
sometimes.
We'll find our voice around episode 64.
That's when I really feel like we're gonna like just really have our shit together.
Probably not, but good try though. We're up to 26, so it's, if that's any indication. So
wow, are we really?
Yeah. We're kicking butt. And then you guys are not going to be here on the 4th, right?
No, we're not.
Correct.
Okay. You have to bring on a guest that night.
Like July 4th?
No, March 4th.
Oh.
Remember?
No.
She doesn't remember. Oh well.
We'll be back in.
Not sure why I was thinking July 4th. I'm like, that's a long ways away.
I don't know why
It is.
Why are they gone then?
Got a birthday party back in Chicago.
Nice.
On July 4th, I would be too. It'll be nice then.
Right. All right. We are out of time. As always, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Please go subscribe to us on YouTube and on Rumble. Please, we want to really start building up Rumble if we can.
Because we could be kicked off any day. You never know.
Any day. The clock is ticking. You just
start talking
know.
about eggplants and spaghetti. I mean,
could happen. So as always, we want to thank our first responders. We want to thank our military veterans, those who have served and currently serve. Thank you very much. And all our medical professionals still trying to get through this ridiculous pandemic that we got going here. But thank you so much. We appreciate your support. And John, Wendy, you guys have a great weekend.
Yes. Download your app. Take care of your dad.
Yeah. Hope your dad feels better. And one day we have to get him on the show.
Oh my God.
He's
Lord.
now.
Him and my dad on the show. That'd be fun.
Oh Lord.
Be good. Come. Dad said he wants to meet him. So
I'll sit downstairs and drink whiskey.
There you go. Right.
I'll sit. They are way too much alike.
That's great. I'll sit in the control room. You and John can sit here, and then your dad and my dad could sit there. That'd be better.
And I'll sit downstairs and drink
and Lindsay
whiskey.
can laugh the whole time. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.